from Los Angeles, California, with the Mad Scientist Party Hour. I'll tickle your bungus.
Oh, hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined by a man who has sharded his pants and underwear off into orbit and is currently in the middle of Three Stooges slapping his boner. That's Jeff Clark.
What's up, y'all?
And transmitting to us from your attic, the bearded booger-eating Babadook known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo!
Man, I am getting a real test of the elements here. So, quick update on myself living in Shithole Gardens apartment complex. They went full speed with that plan of punching a bunch of holes in my ceiling, spraying some shit they bought at Ralph's up in the holes, spackling it, and painting over it. And it did smell like, so it was 2 weeks before it got painted over. And for those whole 2 weeks, it fucking reeked. Like, smelled real musty in this motherfucker. So, I mean, I'm not a ceiling scientist, but I'm pretty sure that means that there was and is some significant mold up there, and they just fucking painted over it. Just in time for another fucking Mark Wahlberg perfect storm to hit LA again. It is currently fucking pouring like crazy.
Is it really?
Yeah, we're getting like another 2 inches, and I think it's supposed to rain until Wednesday, so probably more than that. So we're basically getting the entire year's average rainfall in 2 weeks.
So, well, there's good, let's look at good news, bad news of the situation. Good news you'll finally get an answer to the question on if they fixed the problem or not on the balcony upstairs.
That's true. I mean,
the bad news could be you'll just find out when your ceiling collapses that they did not, in fact, fix it. But you'll get an answer one way or the other.
I did protect all of the equipment overnight and saw this morning that there was no leaks.
If you don't put a tarp over your shit or get it from underneath that ceiling, you deserve all of the bad stuff that comes your way.
Yeah, that's not being very fortuitous if you just leave it sitting there hoping for the best.
Fuck fortuitous. These motherfuckers should fix my shit. It should have been fixed from the beginning. Never should have had this problem. The top floor leaks, not the first floor. God damn it. But anyway, I did see them clear just like massive piles of sludge that fell past my window when they went up there and cleared out the drain on those people's balcony. So it should, being that it's only been 2 weeks, drain freely and shouldn't pool up and then slow leak into my ceiling and then all over Poo HQ. So I think we're good.
Unless those people upstairs are fucking filthy monsters.
Which they are, but hopefully they're not on that epic of a scale of filthy monsters. Because it was nuts. Like this morning, Carl and I went to pick up breakfast and it was just hydroplaning the entire time. It's already so flooded around here. It's nuts.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be another bummer of a week.
Yeah, did you get all those flood warnings on your phone?
I haven't gotten them on my phone, but it's shown up on my weather app.
Because you said your shit floods.
The Amber Alerts.
Your area floods pretty easily, right?
Yeah, I mean,
do you need like
2 blocks away from the sand? We're up on like a cliff.
Do you need a canoe to go take Little Mama out?
Little Mama doesn't really go out when it's raining.
Little Mama.
But yeah, there are certain like parts of the sidewalk that are just like covered in water that we have to kind of meander around.
So what do? Do you just hang Little Mama's pussy over the balcony like MJ did Blanket and just let her piss?
She's really good at like picking the spots in which the rain will die down. Like she won't go out if it's pouring out or if the rain is shortly on the way. Like this other, I think we talked about it at dinner, but like a couple days ago or like a week ago, she would not walk for her morning or for her PM walk. Like she would not go down the stairs. Like what the fuck? And it was clear out. And then like 15 minutes it started raining. I was like, oh my God, little mommy, meteorologist, good girl.
And now with the weather, little mama. Her eyes just bug out of her head. Ooh, look at those pupils. That means a lot of rain.
But she absolutely loves like when she has to go in the rain or sometimes, yeah, like sometimes she'll have to go out during while it's raining and she loves getting dried off by the towel and the my mom like left a hair dryer once when she visited, so I use that to like dry her off and I hit her with the towel and she just loves it. That's
Oh
like
my
her
God.
favorite thing ever.
So I had to take Lucy out in the fucking rain for a walk. And then when we got back, I dried her off with a towel, and she's so stupid that if she can't see your hands, so like if you're drying her off with a towel or if you're petting her through a blanket, she thinks it's a monster and attacks it. She can't, her brain is so small and she's such a fucking stupid head that she thinks, like, even though I'm holding her through a towel, picking her up and just like doing the shimmy motion, she like snarls and bites at it because she thinks it's some sort of an evil monster.
I'll do like the matador thing with the towel in front of little mama and she'll like jump into it. And she doesn't start snarling or biting, but she like tries to like wrestle around with it.
Yeah, Lucy's a stupid pea brain. Like even if like I'm on the couch watching TV and I have a blanket over me and my legs move, she leaps off the couch and runs away because she thinks it's like a sandworm or something. It's like some sort of a fucking Dune Shai Hulud attack.
Oh no,
Sarlacc.
little mama loves being buried in blankets and towels. It's her favorite shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we did get a little hanging this weekend, Jeff. I didn't realize that you had never popped your Musso and Frank cherry.
Yeah, I thought you remembered because we recently talked about it, and I'm pretty sure I brought up how I never been there, and you told me how awesome it is and how I need to check it out. So yeah, we put that on the books, did a little double date. We didn't get a reservation until like 8:45 because we went. What was it, the 16th? Right,
I think so. Yeah.
Friday the 16th.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing like a bunch of people just like postponed their Valentine's Day dates
Yeah,
for a
it
couple
was
days, and that's what
Valentine's
happened.
weekend. Yep. And it's
I don't know.
President's Day weekend, so it's a big traveling weekend for a lot of people. So probably a lot of tourists as well.
I forgot about President's Day entirely until today. But
Yeah. What did you guys
I
get
didn't
me?
think I feel like Valentine's Day isn't one of those days that you should like push a couple days later.
Yeah.
Like you should if you can't make it on that Wednesday or on the day it is, then that's that.
Did you lose it? Like use it or
Yeah.
lose it. If you don't use it
I
on the
mean,
14th, no Valentine's Day for you.
Yeah. Let's be honest. It's
so
a fake holiday anyway.
right. So like what if I guess like Valentine's Day or St. Patty's Day for men doesn't have the same significance as St. Valentine's Day for women. But like, what if like I kicked uh, St. Patty's Day down the street, kicked that can down the street a couple of days? Like, would that be chill? I mean, my lady's pretty cool with that kind of stuff, but maybe
I
not for
I
other
mean,
women. Where I'd be like, hey,
I know for a fact that that happens with St. Patrick's Day.
what? What do you mean?
So uh Kutztown has Kutz Patty's Day, which is their St. Patrick's Day celebration. And I am trying to see
Oh my goodness. Well,
uh there. Like in 2022, they had it on March 26th. That was when they had their St. Patrick's Day celebration.
People show up for that?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Lame. I mean,
Super lame.
I don't give a shit about St. Patrick's Day either. And luckily,
that's the one holiday you should probably care about based on your genetics.
Yeah, and I don't. So that just shows how
Your
stupid
ethnicity.
that is. Carl, in all fairness, she doesn't give a shit about Valentine's Day either. We just went and got dinner for the motions of it, but both of us are kind of like, this is a fucking manufactured bullshit, right? It's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. But yeah, Musso and Frank. Did it deliver?
It did. Yeah, I was a big fan. I got the prime rib. My lady got the tagliatelle bolognese, and we did a little share, a little swap of it. You know, she had a little bit of mine, I had a little bit of hers. Little mama got some prime rib at the end of the night, and she was stoked about that. So the whole Clark team was a big fan.
What was your? What did you food chub the prime rib?
I didn't at the time, but looking back on it now, I'd give it a solid. I'm going to mix in the truffle mac and cheese as a side that I got with it, which was just fucking bomb. So I'll give it a 9.2 food chip.
Nice. Did you get any vegetables?
Absolutely not. I did.
Wait, isn't truffle a vegetable?
I did try some of Kevin's broccolini with hollandaise sauce. Broccolini is like one of the few vegetables that I enjoy. Broccolini, bok choy, which I think are from like the same little family. I'm not sure. Not a vegetable scientist.
Yeah, they're both from the vegetable family. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, the leafy vegetable, the green vegetable family.
Yeah, what is it? Fucking broccolini Lesnar?
But I enjoyed the broccolini with hollandaise.
Oh yeah, I gizzed that hollandaise sauce all over it. It was like bukkake broccolini.
Yeah, he Jackson Pollock for that broccolini.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised it's taken you this long to go to Musso and Frank for the first time.
Bok choy is cabbage, Geoff. So I just had to confirm that broccolini wasn't somehow related to cabbage, and it is not.
So I was wrong.
Wait,
they're like two different vegetable families, I guess.
They're in-laws.
They're green, so there's that.
Knew it.
They're green and they're vegetables, so.
Yep, so they have to be related.
I was 2/3 of the way there with my vegetable analysis. Do sweet potatoes count as vegetables? I think they do.
I mean, I think so. If you want to be technical.
I don't quite understand how potatoes don't quite fit into the vegetable category. But sweet potatoes also are the same, are technically not a vegetable.
Are they like some sort of fucking
maybe? I don't understand. Like I said, to me, I consider them a vegetable.
What does science consider them? A fruit?
Are sweet potatoes a vegetable?
Oh, so now you're Googling it.
They're a starchy vegetable. So maybe sweet potatoes are potatoes a vegetable.
Come on, we have to.
Technically, potatoes are vegetables also, according to my most recent Google search as of a few minutes ago.
Oh, there you have it. Yeah, and then we ended the night going out for drinks in North Hollywood, going to a tiki bar.
Wait a minute, what would you score your Musso and Frank dinner?
I mean, I would probably, if I do the snack Galifianakis scale, I mean, I think I'm right in step with you. I think it's like a 992. I got a filet. It was fucking delicious. Like they don't have any extra cute frills with it. It's just a seasoned fillet sitting in its steak piss, whatever that like sauce is.
Steak juice.
Snake juice. Steak juice. Yeah, yeah. It's like chilling in the steak juice, and then you like sop it up.
The au jus.
Like,
yep.
All spongy. Broccolini Lesnar, fucking bukkake the whole way down my throat. It was wonderful.
Is that the only side that you got was broccolini? Because Musso and Frank is you order it a la carte, right? Like you get the steak and then you order your sides.
Yeah.
You didn't get any kind of starch?
No. Just fucking meat and greens.
You did have a few spoonfuls of my truffle mac and cheese.
Oh, that's true. That truffle mac and cheese was fucking bomb.
We shared our sides.
I got
not our mains.
I had technically 2, but kind of 4 dirty martinis, and those fucked me up. They made them really good. I like them dirty as shit. Sometimes they'll be like, make it extra dirty, like your mom.
Like my parking spot at my apartment, make it extra dirty.
Like my hiney.
Don't take a shit in it. I didn't get a buzz, thank God. I drove home, but I did have a Manhattan and then a couple cocktails at the tiki bar we went to afterwards, which is our second time going. Pretty good. We missed out on 90s 2000s night, which is a kind of a bummer. We only missed it by a week. It's the second Friday of every month.
Yeah, just by a week, Shuddy.
Yeah, by one Friday. I thought it was going to be like, oh, it was like Saturday night, but we went on Friday. No, it was a week previous. We missed it. We just missed it. We were so close to making it there for 80s, 90s night.
I mean, we were one Friday off. It was the previous Friday. But the tiki bar was pretty sick.
Yeah, because, I mean, we were there. I don't know. What time did we leave? Like 1?
Yeah, like 1:30.
Damn. Well, you didn't have dinner till 9, so you were probably done with dinner around 10:30, 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah, it was a bit of a late start to the night, but like...
So it wasn't like you guys had dinner at 6 and then partied till 1 a.m.
Yeah, and then Geoff and his lady had plans to go watch live golf at like 8 in the morning, and I'm like, I am fucking sleeping way past 8 in the morning.
So you went to an actual golf tournament on Saturday, Geoff?
Yeah, the homie Brendan gave me 2 tickets to Genesis Invitational, which is at the Riviera Country Club.
Whoa, is it
right
like
outside of Santa Monica?
Is it like the Sega Genesis Invitational?
Yeah, that's it. Not the car brand.
It's at the car brand, Kevin. Or it is the car brand. There's a Genesis car brand. They sponsor.
What?
They sponsor a golf tournament.
Is it like Sonic the Hedgehog car?
No, Genesis is the high-end wing of Hyundai, I believe.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm dead serious.
Let me look at I'm Google imaging these things, and if it doesn't look like a Sega Genesis, I'm going to be so bummed.
It doesn't. They look like fucking luxury cars.
These
the cars.
Fucking pussies. Oh, look at that. Trying to look like a Bentley if you look real quick. Should have just gone for it and looked like a Sega.
Yeah, luxury arm of Hyundai.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog has nothing to do with this. This is such bullshit. Well, whatever.
We didn't go at 8 a.m. We ended up leaving my apartment at probably like maybe 9:45, 10-ish.
Whose fault was that?
That was my fault mostly. I wanted to do a little bit of like writing, or I had some, I don't know, it was a slow start to the morning because we were out late, but it wasn't either one of our faults really. I guess.
Okay, so it wasn't like one of you was moving extra slowly and farting around. You actually delayed it for other things. That's fair.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it took her forever to get ready, or you had explosive diarrhea.
No, that was Tiger Woods actually, not me. Apparently, Tiger
real?
Woods hosted. the Genesis Invitational, and he had to withdraw midway through the second round because of flu or food poisoning. Both are answers that were given. And the funniest thing is the internet is alleging that he got food poisoning from In-N-Out. So In-N-Out is taking the blame for Tiger Woods.
Wow. How did the internet arrive at that conclusion?
I don't know. Maybe they saw him at In-N-Out.
Weird.
I didn't get to the bottom of that theory, but
I remember seeing the headlines about how he was supposed to be competing in it, and then he got an illness, so then he was just hosting it. And it's like, well, what kind of an illness knocks you out of the competition but doesn't send you home?
The kind that makes it so you have to poopies a lot.
So he had
mud butt.
Like while like doing commentary, he was like, "Sorry guys, I have to go take a molten shit," and just fucking went home.
Honestly, he just, when he withdrew from playing in the tournament, he pretty much stopped being the host. He didn't show up on TV anymore. He didn't hand the winner the trophy like he usually does. Like
he didn't even show. He wasn't there at all.
Not after the second day. No.
Oh, so that wasn't. What day did you go then?
I went the third day, Saturday.
Oh, see that one you missed. You missed by that much. You missed that one way closer than 90s night.
Yeah. I mean, it started off really rough, the Genesis Invitational for us, because the parking was such a bitch to like figure out.
You get fucked by parking a lot, huh?
Yeah.
You got fucked by parking at the Rose Bowl. I talked to Dustin. He said parking fucked you out of his comedy show.
Yeah. There was and this fucked me up on the way back from the Tiki Bar as well, because the quickest route to going home was cut off because of a concert that was the next day, which forced me to miss Dustin's event or stand-up show. And I had to like go like a fucking, I got stopped. I had to go around to circumvent the blockades created by this concert. But yeah, there was the Cali Vibes concert, which is like a reggaeton hip hop festival in Long Beach. And there was no fucking parking near the Laugh Factory in Long Beach the night Dustin performed. And they were like, yeah, it's $16 parking, but we're sold out, and every other parking garage around here is also $16. And we drove around within like 3 or 4 blocks of the Laugh Factory, and there was just nothing. And I was like, dude, I apologize. Like, I can't find parking. And it's like 7:15. So it's like the best that I could do would be drive home, call an Uber, and by the time I'm there, it's 7:45. And Dustin had a show after the Laugh Factory at the Improv in North Hollywood. So he was like in and out essentially. So the way I was thinking of it was just like, it's not worth it. I missed my chance here. So sorry, dude.
I really wish that fucking whole California Exodus thing was as crazy as everybody says it is, because you would not expect it by trying to find parking or getting anywhere without traffic. It is. More people should leave California, please. It's terrible here. Everybody leave, please.
So for the Genesis Invitational, we went to the golf course, which is 10 minutes with traffic, of course, 10 or 15 minutes outside of Santa Monica. And we get to the golf course. There's no parking anywhere. There's permit parking only for like the VIPs and stuff. And this wasn't made clear on their website. So when we got there, they handed us like a sheet to go to the parking in Santa Monica, and it was essentially just regular parking in Santa Monica, which is all like parking lots, and you have to pay for the day of parking, and then they shuttle you from there to the country club. And of course, there isn't like proper signage or directions for any of this, so it was a huge clusterfuck and a real pain in the ass to actually get there. But once we got to the golf course, the event itself was fucking sick. And I don't know if you remember me like selling my lady on going to this golf tournament, but it wasn't like, I wasn't aggressive about it at all. And I was just upfront. Like, I've never been to a golf tournament. This could suck ass or it could be awesome. I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect, but we don't have anything to do Saturday. So do you want to try it out? And she was down, and it turned out to be a fucking good time.
Did you drink?
Yeah, yeah, we each got some beer. I got like two beers each, got a couple hot dogs, walked around. We followed my boy Hideki Matsuyama at a few holes.
How many times did you quote Happy Gilmore?
I didn't quote Happy Gilmore, not out
You
loud, maybe.
bitch.
um, I followed my guy Hideki Matsuyama around for three holes. He ended up winning the tournament the next day.
Did you bet on him?
Yeah, I bet on him. It was fucking sick.
Nice.
Yeah, I bought a new iPhone because of the Hideki Matsuyama win.
Oh my
It's pretty
God.
sweet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you after anybody teed off, did you yell out a Baba Booey?
No, I didn't yell out. I didn't see.
You could have been played on Stern. Baba
I only
Booey.
saw that. I only saw Hideki drive it once, and I think I only saw the golfers drive it a couple times because I was mostly hanging out by the greens, so I didn't really even see the drives.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, it was sick. We were so tired afterwards because of all the walking we did to see the
Did
different
any of those
holes.
words make sense to you, Kevin?
Yeah, he was talking about the greens, which is also, a cousin of broccolini. It's in the same family.
I mean, you know what a green is.
He got into multiple holes with a man. He got
Golf
into
is like,
three holes of a Japanese man.
Kevin, don't pretend to be this dumb. Everyone knows golf. Golf is like the easiest sport to understand. And you like Caddyshack, so you kind of get it.
Yeah. I've watched
And Happy
Caddyshack
Gilmore,
a billion
obviously.
times. I've seen Happy Gilmore a billion times. So I even joined the golf team in high school because I was like, I'm gonna prove that Happy Gilmore is a real thing. And every time I went to hit the ball, I ran at the tee. And
How many times did you make good contact?
not many. I'm not as good at that as Happy Gilmore is.
No.
I actually got kicked off the team because I
For
got
that or for your behavior?
both.
Or both?
Yeah, both. I was sneaking away to smoke ciggies, which I guess is a no-no. Loud profanities. So yeah, they were like, this guy is not welcome back at our course, and then they just kicked me off the golf team.
What was why was the cigarettes a no-no? Was it because of your age or because of the golf course or rules?
Golf course. I mean, the school didn't let us smoke either. So this is when I was in Bing Boing school, and I went there junior year, and I also went there for summer school, which, now that I think back on it, it did kind of suck ass to have to miss a summer of my adolescence. But I did get a lot of wacky Bing Boing school experience in that summer, so I guess it wasn't all that bad. But that year, that summer school, because when I went on tour, I was like walking around and kids were fucking smoking cigs, and I'm like, oh, but that's cool here, and they're like, yeah, as long as your parent signs a permission slip, you're allowed to smoke on campus. And I looked at my mom, and she's like, I'll sign the fucking thing, which is so uncharacteristic of my mom. Like, she was such a ball buster my whole childhood. And to have her, because I think it was kind of like, look, you go to this fucking Bing Boing school and you can smoke ciggies. And then I get there and they're like, all right, so new rules starting this summer, no smoking on campus. And I actually know people that got expelled because they got caught smoking cigarettes too many times, which is fucking crazy. Like, hey, you no longer get an education because you smoked a cigarette. But anyway, what time did you actually get to the golf course, and what time did you actually go home? Did you stay for the whole thing?
I'm close, yeah, because we got there at 11. We stuck around until like 3:34, and by the time we left, the final group was on like hole 16. So we saw, just based on time and just like hanging out at the course, trying to experience the whole thing, we pretty much were there until the end of the day. And then it was like an hour and a half drive back to Long Beach from Santa Monica, and 45 minutes of it was in Santa Monica, of course. It was Santa Monica, has essentially the worst traffic in on the planet, pretty much.
Yeah, it does suck ass.
Fucking fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was fucking sick, dude. I was very surprised by how much I enjoyed and how much my lady, frankly, enjoyed the golf tournament. It's a
Nice.
good time. I'm a little disappointed I didn't bring my cigars. Would have smoked a cigar while I was walking around the golf course. I
Let me
saw
ask you
some old
this.
guys doing that, and I was very disappointed.
Do you truly enjoy the taste and flavor and experience of smoking a cigar, or are you just like, oh, those old guys are doing it, I'm going to do it too?
It's a combination of both, to be honest. I think cigars look cool, and I think it would fit my aging profile pretty nicely. But I do like the taste, and I just like the vibe of smoking a cigar. I do.
I wonder if it's just because my grandpa would endlessly smoke cigars when I was in the car with him as a little kid that made me hate cigars so much, but it is truly one of the more foul scents on planet Earth. Like, I really don't know what smells worse, like a fart or cigar smoke.
Should ask Carl. You should fart in front of her and ask her, what would you prefer? I smoke this cigar or just keep fart?
Because my cousin, when she got married like a long ass time ago, and I have no fucking clue why she sprung to pay for this part of it, but there was like a cigar rolling station. So you could go and have somebody just hand roll you a cigar right there. And I was like, all right, if I'm ever gonna be a cigar guy, this would be the true test of it. And yeah, it still just tasted like I was sucking on a camel's dick or something. And like, I mean, I've been very vocal about this. I don't even like smoking blunts because I don't like the fucking cigar wrap paper. It just tastes like shit to me and smells super stinky and bad. I think the only time I've ever seen, like, I don't even think Arnold looks cool when he smokes cigars.
What?
Yeah.
Arnold looks fucking awesome when he smokes cigars.
I think pretty much everybody. I don't particularly care for the smell or taste of cigars, but a lot of there's very few people that don't look really cool smoking a cigar.
Absolutely. Jordan, after a title, smoking a cigar, awesome.
Like, there's pictures of us from Mr. Ski's wedding smoking stogies, and we look fucking badass, Kevin.
I don't think we do. I don't think we look cool at all. I think we look like nerds.
I think Shuddy probably looks awesome. You probably look like a bitch.
That's probably accurate. I will say, the one cigar look that I do enjoy is like old school fat cabbies that have like those skinnier cigars, not like the ones that look like cigarettes, but like somewhere between a cigarette and a full-blown stogie, and it's all like chewed up and mangled.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, oh,
it's not
man.
even lit. They're like chewing it like it's like a big ass piece of beef jerky.
Yeah. It's like a new line of Slim Jim, and they're just like, hey, what the fuck you looking at? Like those guys, like my lifestyle, I'm gonna die in fucking 5 minutes over here. Like, that's like, okay, that guy has no regard for his well-being, his health, and there's something admirable about that. This guy probably eats like a fucking loaf of uncooked pork roll. Look at that. That looks like a little fucking... That looks like the dildo you shove up your ass when you blame it on the gardeners.
I was supposed to smoke that cigar after my last 5-0 in NFL betting, but I forgot to. And I didn't really forget to, but I was hoping my brother was going to smoke it with me, or at least hang out while I smoked. And he's like, "Nah, fuck that." And
why, is he grossed out by it?
Yeah, most people are kind of grossed out by cigar smoke, and it's also like, I don't want to smoke it in my own apartment because it's going to bum out my brothers. So it's like, am I going to go outside for 10 minutes and smoke a cigar? I guess I can smoke a cigar and walk with a mama, maybe shotgun it in her mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, see? What are you saying, huh? Can't smoke the cigar in front of you dames? Yeah, see?
my girl actually bought me cigars for Valentine's Day.
Wow.
So I gotta get a cigar cutter or whatever and start firing away on these stogies.
Yeah, see? Everybody in here's acting like a couple of fucking Marys. Yeah.
Uh, Genesis Invitational kicked ass.
Nice.
Made some money on it. My boy Hideki Matsuyama won. I swear to God, I started watching Oppenheimer on the big screen as soon as Hideki started just going off at Riviera.
Wait, what do you
On
mean? Oh, this was when you weren't there in person? This is like another day?
Yeah, Sunday, the final round, he shot a -9 and came back from 7 strokes to win the tournament in just one of the better displays of golf over the last like year. It went nuts, and it happened while I was watching Oppenheimer. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Yeah, it was more like a Ploppenheimer.
I fired that Jap up by watching Oppenheimer and
Oh,
by
Jesus
showing
Christ. You scumbag.
and I was there in person. I might have to tour with this guy because he hasn't won in 2 years. And then the one time I show up, he ends up winning that tournament.
If he hasn't won in 2 years, why did you bet on him to win?
Because he always gets close and he just has the ball striking to win. So it's just a matter of if he can hit putts. The guy, I have another joking name for him, which, I'll just say I call him Jappy Gilmore because he just crushes the fucking ball, but he can't putt, kind of like Happy Gilmore. And so if he can ever hit some putts, he can win almost every tournament, except he just hasn't hit a putt in like 2 years.
And Carl Weathers died, so he can't help him out.
Yeah, exactly. Chubbs, you took his hand.
Well, I also got a lot of steps in on Saturday.
So
Did a lot of walking.
yeah, we finally heard, Geoff, you are right. That is very on brand for you. So now I'm intrigued to what ultra nerdy thing Kevin did on Saturday, as was teased in the Easter egg.
Well, I bought tickets and went to an in-person event at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena for a Pokemon Go tour. And, when I saw that this event was happening, I got a ticket for myself and a ticket for Carl because I knew she would never want to go 50-50 on it, but if she had a free pass, might soften the blow.
So you purchased these tickets with no consultation?
Yes.
Okay.
So, obviously, yes, I am a dickless virgin. I've been playing it since it came out in 2016. It's now 7 years later, pretty much, and they've never done a Los Angeles event. And I was like, you know what? I want to check this out. I want to see what's up. And it was not met with enthusiasm, I'll tell you that. And kind of like Jeff's golf tournament, it started in the AM, ended in the PM. I think it was like a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. thing.
Oof.
And, we left the bar at like 1 a.m. So like the dirty martinis that they give you at Musso and Frank, they give you your martini glass that's full, and then they give you the little carafe that has pretty much a second drink in it. So I don't know if that counts as 4 martinis, but I kind of had 4 martinis, and then we went to the tiki bar.
If it filled up the glass 4 times,
it did.
That's 4 martinis.
Little glass. It's a little glass. It was
normal
weird.
Smaller than normal martini glass size?
I think so.
It's hard to tell because it's a little curved. Like martini glasses usually have the triangle shape. This one was kind of like more like a coupe glass where it was like curved. So I don't know the exact volume. I don't know if it's half of a martini, but I had 2 orders, 4 pours, and definitely had a buzz. And then we had cocktails at the tiki bar, got home, smoked weed, stayed up a little bit longer, and then I woke up first, and I just let Carl sleep because I was like, all right, I don't want to push my luck. She's already agreed to go to this stupid fucking thing. this gathering of the virgins, and I don't necessarily want to walk around for fucking 8 hours, so no real rush to get there when the doors open.
So their martini glass is smaller than normal.
Okay, but it's not.
How did you get to the bottom of that so quickly?
I Googled how big are Musso and Frank martinis, and there's a quote from LA Magazine from September 27th, 2019, that says that we have smaller glasses. It's old-timey. It's 2.5 ounces.
So what does that compare to a regular martini glass? Because, I mean, it could be at the end of the day, I did just have 2 martinis.
That's what I think. I think the leftover in the carafe, as you called it, is just so you get a full martini. It's because they don't put a full martini in the 2.5 glass.
Something isn't adding up because according to a Google on how big a normal martini glass is, those are 8 ounces. So you had 1 martini.
Oh my God.
Basically, by that math. So you've gone from 4 to 1.
That's fucking wild. If that's true, if they actually, every martini is a half of a martini that they serve there and they're charging full price, that's some fucking bullshit, because
we're going to Ruth Chris next time, huh?
I feel like an 8-ounce martini, that's kind of big. I mean, a beer is 12 ounces, and if you had a 12-ounce martini, I feel like that's doing some damage.
So yeah, something's not...
Either way, I mean, we all know I'm a bitch, and my tolerance has plummeted, so I was buzzed.
I don't know I'm a bitch.
Woke up with a little hungover. Carl and I were both a little sluggish, and we got there. We didn't get there until 1 p.m. And from what I heard, it was it sold out. The event sold out pretty quickly, and I heard it took like 3 hours for people to get in that showed up before 9 a.m. to be like there when the doors opened. So it was apparently a massive clusterfuck, and I'm very glad we missed that. What's up, Shuddy? You kept raising your hand.
Further information: the glasses themselves are 8 ounces, but martinis are rarely poured over 3 or 4 ounces.
Okay. So I don't feel like that much of a pussy.
So maybe 2.25.
So now we're back in the 3 to 4 range.
Okay. So basically this whole fucking event is like, if you get a ticket and you're on the grounds, all this extra shit happens. And the kind of way I sold it to Carl is because she does play the game. She, I guess, downloaded it when it first came out, 7 years ago, played it for a little bit, and like 90% of the people that downloaded it got bored with it and just gave up. And then when she saw me playing it, she kind of fired it back up again, and she hops in from time to time. And I was like, just think about the people watching. The people watching is going to be awesome. There's going to be so many fucking nerds there. It's going to be hysterical. And I got to look at the numbers because it was fucking crazy how many people were there. Fucking crazy.
Well, what was the parking situation like at the Rose Bowl? Because we talked about this, Shuddy, the day when we're hanging out at Musso and Frank's house. I won't ever go to the Rose Bowl ever again.
That was because that was the soccer game, right?
Yeah. Good memory.
The Kevin, parking, what's up?
I just wanted to know if you know what sport is normally played at the Rose Bowl.
So there was a part you could actually walk out onto the field, and they closed off like half of the golf course and roped that off, and that was also in play because it's, I guess, right next to a golf course. So,
sure.
I got onto the field and I was like, "This feels small. What sport is played here?" And she was like, "Fucking football." I was like, "Really?
You asked Carl what sport was played there?
Yeah.
And she had to tell you that it was a football stadium?
Because it seemed
Screw
really
you, homo.
small, but it
Kicking
wasn't.
the ass.
It wasn't shaped like a diamond, so I knew it wasn't baseball. But I'm like, this seems fucking tiny. Like, this is really how big football fields are. And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Fuck me.
Well, like, I'm sorry, didn't you just say they cut off half the field?
No, that was the golf course.
I say, okay.
So the people watching was pretty wild. There were a lot of dweebs. Everybody decked out in head to toe in Pokemon shit. People were in fucking cosplay. And it was kind of like, I'm there in my usual attire. I was wearing a fucking death metal shirt and jeans. And it was kind of just like, see, you think you're dating like the biggest wiener on the planet, but look at these fucking wieners. I'm not that bad. And she's like, well, you bought tickets to be here, so you kind of are. And I was like, touche.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah.
Different exterior, same innards.
And she did not have the patience for that like I did. So we did not make it until the end.
I'm still not grasping what this is.
All right,
what
so
this was.
Brace yourself.
What's the point of this? You're just paid to walk around the Rose Bowl and capture Pokemon is what essentially you did.
So this is where it gets bad. And Geoff, if you want to keep a pillow nearby to like punch it and give mock wedgies to like get your rage out, feel free. So
I almost wish that Geoff would have come and to record in studio today so he could give you a swirly, because it sounds like, as nerdy as I can be, I even think you probably need to be bullied a little bit for this.
I mean, if it'll help the Puminati feel better, I'll give myself a wedgie right now on camera.
Could you? I think what would really make them feel better is if you gave yourself a swirly on camera. Can we make that happen?
No, I took a pretty gnarly shit today, and I don't feel comfortable putting my head back in there, even though I've been flushed a couple times. But
I understand that.
If a wedgie will suffice, I'll do it.
A wedgie, I mean, it's a good start for sure.
Okay.
Because we haven't, for at least the parts that you've told us so far, you at least deserve a wedgie.
All right, hold on. We'll do it. We'll do it right now, just to make the rest of this story bearable for people. All right, I'll mic it up too, just in case I get a good rip. Ow!
He really?
Ah! Oh, okay. Ow! All right, that gave me
now sit. Don't pull it out. Don't pull it out. Sit there in it. Sit there and think about what you've done.
All right, fine.
Think about all the Pokemon you caught yesterday.
Oh, I got some good ones.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
Just predator us through your shorts.
through your Zubas.
I definitely gave myself a rug burn on my tailbone with that. So, okay, here's the thing. There are variants of Pokemon called shinies. And the odds of getting one are, I think I saw on Google once, they're like 1 in 560 or something like that. So they're very rare. And if you're a nerd like me, it's very cool when you get to catch one. So at events like this, they introduced a whole bunch of new ones that aren't available anywhere in the world. And if you're lucky, you can get them at this event. And then all this other shit is happening there too. So it like, I don't know, if you give a fuck about the in-game shit, there's like all these special raids that happen and you need a whole bunch of people to do them. So with like, I really wish I could see the numbers of how many tickets were sold, because it looked like the amount of people that would attend a sold-out football game. Let me see if I can Google this. You guys can hurl insults in the meantime.
But you never met it.
And the total times that people there have been laid did not exceed 10 when you take you and Carl out of the math.
Yeah, it was the body odor situation, or you couldn't really tell because it was outdoors.
Luckily, it was out. The outdoors played heavily into not being able to smell a lot of BO, because there were a lot of people that were.
You could see the pig pen lines coming off of them.
Yeah, it was like on a hot day when you look down the street and there's like the mirage or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah, the space around them was
waves.
yeah. Yeah, I can't find any info for how many tickets they actually made available.
Google how many virgins are in Los Angeles County. And that'll probably give you an accurate representation of attendance.
Dude, people are so fucking obsessed with this game still. I would not be surprised if a decent amount of those people flew in from other places just to do this thing.
How much did the tickets cost?
Yeah, that's where I was headed next, Jeff. Good call.
They were $25 a piece.
Oh,
did that include the fees, or were there fees on top of it?
There was I think $4 in fees, and then I paid ahead for parking, and that was $30, which also hurt.
So they got you. So it was a $90 excursion, essentially, when you figure taxes, fees, and parking.
Yeah,
pretty much how much I spent on beers at the fucking golf tournament. So
was it worth it?
I think it was. I fucking enjoyed myself.
Would Carl say that?
Absolutely not.
I feel like you both spent roughly the same amount of money on the same day, and I feel like one of you did better with your significant others than the other one did.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Shockingly, that was Jeff.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the 80,000 LA virgins.
Yeah, I can't find it anywhere on Google. Can I pick this fucking wedgie out now? Man. It's giving
when you finish the Pokemon story, then you can.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I caught some fucking
Wait, no. Did you get one of these fucking shinies that you went for?
I got quite a few shinies. Yeah.
And now what are they going to do for you?
Nothing. I can just pull them up in my collection, look at them, and just be filled with pride.
Nice.
Are they stronger? Like when you fight gyms while
moment.
you're walking around the neighborhood, are they useful or are they just...
Some of them are, and some of it is just you want to get a shiny of everything that exists. So I could see how... I mean, yeah. No, you know what? I'm just a giant pussy. That's all there is to it. I have no defense. Right. I have no defense for this. I put a video up on the Patreon. I did like a 60 seconds with Kevin while I was there on the golf course, and it was shocking. The amount of people there was fucking shocking. Like my jaw hit the floor. They had speakers all over the property, all over the golf course, all over the Rose Bowl that was pumping in music from the game. They had fucking people in costumes. Carl actually got excited about that. And we took a picture with this fucking penguin thing. But it was also like there were old men there, like really old men.
Of course there were.
And of course there were. They had rigs around their chests that had clamps for like 6 cell phones, and they were playing 6 different accounts at the same time on it. There were people that had fucking signs. They had like poles down the back of their shirt with a fucking sign on it that had a list of all the ones that they were looking for and ones that they could trade people, and then they had a marker for everyone they got, and they were Xing it out. And people were fucking hounding these people. They had crowds around them, all these people. They had people there that were quote-unquote celebrities because they are pro Pokemon Go players, and there were lines of people waiting to meet them.
The only non-virgins there, huh? Was our girl Autumn from MasterChef there?
I did not see her, but I should have kept an eye out because I bet you she would have gone. It wouldn't surprise me. She's covered in like Pokemon tattoos and shit. So yeah, I did not win any fucking brownie points with my weekend, Jeff.
I can't wait to hear what she makes you do to pay her back for this.
This motherfucker, I won't say this to her because I'm not like that and it's against bro code. This motherfucker won't even watch a true crime doc with her.
I mean, it's not that I won't. It's not. No. It's not that I won't. There are plenty times.
It's that you make it so uncomfortable that she doesn't ask you anymore.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
do
you
that.
sit there and bitch and moan the whole time, and she's like, "It's just easier to do it without you."
That is no. Come on, that's not fair. I don't do that. I'm not that much of a jerk off. Because there are times.
Well, you're not a jerk off, but
and I don't do the pouty thing. I legit try to be fair. That there are times where it's like, wait a second, you've never seen RoboCop? Let's watch fucking RoboCop, and we put RoboCop on, and then it's like, I just suggested RoboCop. Whatever you want, you have free reign. You want to watch a true crime thing?
As long as it's not a true crime docuseries.
Nope. I have never given that stipulation. It's like whatever you want. Here's the remote. You want to watch The Notebook? We'll watch the fucking Notebook.
It's implied. It's implied.
Oh,
yeah,
you fucking rat bastards.
Right, just with the example you gave, we can watch whatever you want. Here's a movie suggestion. You never say, "Oh, let's watch the true crime documentary." We can watch anything you want. You want to watch this true crime? Let's do that.
Yeah. If me and Shuddy start talking about football after 180 seconds, you're going to get fidgety and angry.
All right. Well, prepare to eat each other's dicks because guess what she put on this weekend? The
Love Stalker Killer.
Yep.
Did you like it?
Yeah, dude. That was fucking insane.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
I mean, I know you said it. I know you said the twists are there. I was not expecting that many twists and that level of twist at the end. Because I was
That's the one that you talked about last week, right, Jeff? Or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Where the woman was kidnapped and nobody believes that it actually happened?
Wait. No. No, this one's
what
like
was that I was talking about?
This one's a dating love triangle. Like a guy who
was
no,
yeah. You're talking about the one a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's called American Nightmare.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
Continue,
yeah,
Kevin.
You were right. Holy shit. That was quite because it's like, okay, so there was a love triangle. A guy met a couple girls on a dating site and was hooking up with both of them at the same time, and someone got bummed out, and then there was some stalking, and someone went crazy, and it's like, all right, I feel like that's a fairly common thing. I bet our homie Troy Kwan has had his share of that. But then, like, I was like, with how fucking crazy that story gets, I can't believe that wasn't as big as the OJ story.
Yeah, it was a wild crime.
Absolute, like, never saw that coming. Fucking nuts. But yeah, see, I could just Carl does get free reign. Like, yeah, I did just make you watch RoboCop, but I will literally watch anything you want to put on right now.
Question. Lover, stalker, killer. How many dicks are you sucking?
That's like 4.5. It's fucking
Is
great.
There is a 5-dick documentary possible?
Yeah, King of Kong.
Okay, fair enough. Do you have another one by chance?
Probably.
Maybe one not centered around video games.
Crumb. Centered around comics.
Okay. Hey, you have answers. That's fine.
But, I mean, I think it was a suggestion, but not like, hey, I want to see this. But the movie I picked to watch this weekend could put me in the true crime doghouse for the next 5 years. Just out of pure curiosity / completionism /
curiosity,
a hot buzz item that we could chime in on. We went and saw Madam Web last night.
No shit.
Oh boy.
Sydney Sweeney's really having herself a moment right now.
She is, but I feel like
a speed bump.
I have a feeling she will survive this movie, but I think this is the end of the road for a lot of careers.
Is that bad, huh?
Yeah. Like, I forget if it was last week or a couple weeks ago, but I did recently talk about how I finally sat down and I watched the new Exorcist movie after avoiding it because of how brutally it got trashed. And then I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. It wasn't the greatest movie in the world, but by no means like a micro penis. And I thought maybe with superhero fatigue partnered with a objective decline across the board for most movies, even like Marvel is slipping on their recent stuff. Maybe people are just, again, being too harsh. So I was like, I kind of want to see it just to put that curiosity to rest. And if it is that bad, that's kind of intriguing to me as well. Like the what the fuck did I just watch angle of it. And let me just say, Shuddy, this is on par with some of the stuff that you guys watch on What the Fuck Did I Just Watch. This was...
So Dom's gonna love it, huh?
My Letterboxd review was Tommy Wiseau directed a Spider-Verse movie for the Hallmark Channel.
Really?
It was... I can't believe the screenplay made it through the studio screening process. Like, when you make an indie film or like a spec film, like, you know, Tarantino, nobody came to him and was like, hey, I got a great idea for this movie called Pulp Fiction. He just had a great idea, wrote a script, and it's a fucking Hall of Fame classic now. When you're writing for Sony or like a big studio, you are constantly being given notes by the studio and the execs, and you have no choice but to make their changes because you're a hired gun. I'm picking this fucking wedgie out. Ow!
Let's see.
Split my anus. The fact that so many high-paid people had this pass by their desks and were like, yep, go and shoot this. And when you're on a big movie like this, everything you shoot for the day ends up on a shared website, and all that footage is called the dailies. So the execs watch the dailies, they give notes accordingly, and the fact that it really is one of those things where it wasn't just like a subpar movie. It was... I'm struggling to even find the word. It was, I guess, appalling. Like, how the fuck did this happen? How did this happen? Like, we went to...
Do you want your money back?
I mean, I would like my money back for everything. That would be nice, but...
You're not going to call the manager. You're not going to speak to the manager on this one.
No. I'm not going to go Karen. I can't go Karen. I made the decision. I heard the buzz. I knew how bad this was supposed to be. But I went...
Now that you're in the guild, you can't go Karen.
I mean... The dialogue was like Michael Scott wrote it. It was like threat level midnight. The exposition in it was so heavy-handed. It was like, I'm going to take a sip of water now because my mouth is dry. It literally held your hand through every... Just in case you missed this blatant, obvious scene, this is what this was about. The bad guy was Tommy Wiseau. He had some weird accent you couldn't put your finger on. His delivery was all over the place. Not only that, the audio didn't match his mouth. It was like a kung fu movie. I can't figure out what the fuck is going on. I saw an article about it, like what is going on with the villain in Madam Web. And, you know, being that it just came out and on press junkets, they don't grill people like, so why was this movie so bad? You know, like you don't go on Extra and get hit with fucking, so what the fuck was going on with that scene? So like, I'm sure it'll come out eventually, but it's something you do have to see to believe. Like, I would love to get Pudini's thoughts on it because he seems to watch a lot of shitty movies, and he's got some hot takes. The even the story, like they showed in the trailer Sydney Sweeney and her two friends are in different, spider suits, and they have fucking powers and they're fighting people. They don't get their powers in the movie.
What?
Yeah.
You don't actually see Sweeney in the Spider-Woman outfit?
For like 2 split seconds when someone has a vision. But it's like, it's not even like a fight scene. It's just a quick, it's like whatever's shown in the trailer, that's it. We went last night at City Walk, and the theater was not very full, and people were laughing from start to finish, to the point where it pissed Carl off. She was very unhappy about that. But it was that bad that people were bursting out laughing at the line delivery and the crappy dialogue. It was astounding. I have not seen a whiff on this scale. The only thing it kind of reminds me of is when I went and saw Jupiter Ascending opening night at the ArcLight, and it was a massive screen, sold out, and it was almost like going to a Rocky Horror Picture Show screening. Like, people were just like applauding the bad dialogue, laughing hysterically. It was like that. People were just laughing start to finish.
I'm so glad I didn't go see it this weekend.
It's almost worth doing an episode of What the Fuck Did I Just Watch on, because it's one of those things where you have to see it to believe it. Like, there are bad movies, and then there's this, and this, it literally looks like the budget of like a Hallmark movie or Lifetime Channel.
Was there anything redeeming about it? Other than when it ended.
Sydney Sweeney, no tit, right?
Yeah, and just no see tit.
No, and she's pretty much wearing a sweater the whole time. But, I mean, she still is just...
That is offensive.
Gorgeous. I mean, anytime Sydney Sweeney is on screen, you're just like, well, this is kind of nice. I mean,
Yeah,
Adam Scott is in it. And I like Adam Scott. I guess the only redeeming quality is just how bad it is that you end up laughing. And I think this is like the biggest loss they've ever taken on a superhero movie. Like, it didn't even...
Who, Sony or Marvel?
I think it might be any of them. Because this was opening weekend, and it got beat by the Bob Marley biopic.
Which looks really good, by the way. Nothing against that. If I was going to go see anything this weekend, it would have been that over Madam Web.
So, what do you think Madam Web has on Letterboxd right now? Its average. All right, I'll just tell you.
1.7.
Very close, Shuddy. 1.6. And
did we lose Geoff?
Yikes.
What
do you mean?
That
still here.
Sounds off. When you said it's ending career, this movie is a career ender. Who are you referring to?
I don't know about anybody in specific, but like, I think this is the most glaring example that Hollywood needs an executive purge. Because like all the shit that people bitch about, I think like in the 80s and 90s, spec scripts were king, which is why you got such good movies. There were people like Tarantino just coming up with these fresh ideas, doing it themselves without too many fingers in the pie, and you were just getting the fucking clear vision of brilliant writers. And it got to a point where I'm sure a couple of them lost money, and people were like, well, fuck this. Everything is staying in our hands creatively now. So studio films, that's why there's no real original properties coming out. Everything's either based on a book, a reboot, a sequel, a superhero movie, because nobody wants to take a risk on an original idea. And now that's why we're stuck with fucking Madam Webs. It's like, at some point in time, you have, like, I wonder if this will be it. Like, is this enough? Have you lost enough money now where you're ready to fucking stop listening to some powerful guy's nephew who got an executive job that they don't deserve. And just like, think about how long this reign of studio movies has gone on for and how many just fucking excellent writers. Like, who knows? There could have been somebody in Tarantino's league that we just will never get to see their work because of this fucking bullshit system. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess it goes without saying, micro penis for Madam Web. Just, if you're entertained by shitty movies, by all means, you have to see this one because it's fucking hysterical. Like the cliche dialogue, the way they reworked the "with great power comes great responsibility" line, got the biggest laugh in the theater. It was like something to the effect of, "Once you take on responsibility, then power comes." I was beet red and sweating. I was so embarrassed during this movie.
Did you apologize to Carl during it?
No, because we both knew it was going to be terrible. We were just kind of curious. Like, I didn't have to twist her arm or anything. I was like, it's going to be terrible, but do you want to see Madam Web? And she's like, sure. It's like, and I double checked. I was like, you know, it's going to be absolutely terrible, right? She's like, yeah.
Oh, hey, better than Pokemon is probably what she was thinking.
Was there any point where you had considered leaving the theater?
No. You got to stick it out and just see how bad it gets. Dude, the final battle with the bad guy is on top of a fireworks factory. So they're dodging fireworks. Spoiler alert, if you give a flying fuck. Madam Web, who was introduced in the comics, I think in like 1980, and then sort of played a bigger role recently when they did the whole Spider-Verse thing in the comics that led to the Spider-Verse, Edge of Spider-Verse movie. Madam Web is paralyzed and blind. And obviously she's not at the beginning of the movie. She falls into the water and gets hit by a firework underwater, which blinds her and paralyzes her somehow. What?
That's a nasty firework.
And Pepsi clearly footed the bill for this movie because every scene is like, oh no, there's the bad guy. Time for a refreshing Pepsi. Like, they fight next to a Pepsi sign at the end of the movie. A big neon Pepsi sign. It's again. There's nothing else I can say about it than it has to be seen to believe. Like, there's nothing I can say that will accurately describe how terrible this was.
Fair enough.
Did you guys?
So
see
micro penis.
Yeah. Did you guys see anything?
I actually did.
New.
I did Barbenheimer on Sunday, and I'm very, very disappointed in the loved ones in my life for not properly telling me how bad Barbie was. Like, it was worse than even I could have thought. It was fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kevin, you kind of liked it, right? My brother kind of liked it. And
Shuddy liked
it. Okay, Shuddy liked it. And I lost a little bit of respect for all three of your guys' tastes afterwards. It was a fucking musical about Barbie. And I actually went and I checked your guys' IMDb, your Letterboxd. I had to re-download the app and check to see if you guys scored it better than Starsky and Hutch. I don't even think Shuddy scored Barbie, but I know you scored Barbie higher than Starsky and Hutch, and I was even more disappointed about it. Refresh my memory.
Barbie is a way better movie than Starsky and Hutch. Yes. Way better.
Starsky and Hutch is just fucking terrible, dude.
Like,
Is that really? Barbie's better than Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
It's better than a Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn movie. That's what you're gonna
from
fucking
what
say.
from
Are you
what Kevin
serious?
said, Madam Web might be better than Starsky and Hutch.
No.
Come on, what are
I
we
gave
doing here?
I sucked Starsky and Hutch's dick. It got two dicks.
I really wish I didn't blow my fucking Twitter poll spooge on the other question I had about Starsky and Hutch, because I would ask for you to do another poll. What's a better movie, Barbie or Starsky and Hutch?
I almost wanted to do. I almost put that poll up this morning when I saw that ridiculous line of text messages in the middle of the night.
I honestly,
What didn't you like about it?
Oh,
where we're at,
women were talking and stuff.
where we're at in society, I can't even give you my actual review of Barbie unless we were face to face. Like, I can't do it over YouTube. I can't do it over the podcast. I hated that movie. What didn't I like about it? It was
It sounds like you
fucking stupid. It was a musical about Barbie. What did you like about it? I don't. What did you enjoy?
I don't think I wouldn't consider it a musical.
Okay.
I don't
most
think-
of it was done in Barbie Land, even if there wasn't singing, which there was. Most of it was done in Barbie Land. I don't know about, see, I guess this is where I just respectfully differ from you guys and my brother. I didn't grow up playing with Barbies. So I don't know. It just went over my head. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get how. Let's just do a baseline of 40. How 40-year-olds can, or how 40-year-olds could enjoy Barbie, like 40-year-old men. Excuse me,
Because it was kind of funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny. Okay.
I have a
I
feeling
need
that
to hear some input from the Puminati on.
Sounds like Geoff has been listening to his coworkers too much. Sounds like we're towing that line. But okay, so the Puminati, T-Dog McDrugs, 3.5. Lowman Chris, 4. Blorp, only 3.
Thank God. Blorb, the only one of these non-pussies reviewing movies on
Dom,
Letterboxd.
3.5.
Great. What
Ginger,
did he give?
3.5.
What
Kevin,
did Dom give
3.5.
Goodfellas again? What was that score that he gave it?
one dick.
Yes, that would be a 1.
Fair enough.
be a
What did
1.
Ginger give it?
This 3.5.
Fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't even use this phrase often, but you woke bitches. Like, you just
There it is.
You
There
just
it
couldn't.
is.
Yeah, you couldn't help yourselves. It's a female cast. It's a female director. I'll never watch a fucking Greta Gerwig film again. I went through her filmography: Lady Bird, Little Women, Barbie. Oh, sweet, awesome! You made great stories. I can't wait to check out your next one. I'll never see that fucking chick's movies. I don't get it, man. I don't get how you guys could like it. I struggle. I struggle with that, but whatever. These are the friends that I have. This is the company I keep.
I mean, I think there was a scene where man throw ball.
All right.
I mean, there was catcalling even.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Oh yeah. All the real life, whenever they went into the real world, all the real world like dudes, like, that's not the era we live in anymore. And even their depiction of the Mattel board was it was factually inaccurate. Like, my girl put me onto this because she hated Barbie as much as I did. But I guess Bill Maher was talking about this, how there's 11 board of directors in Mattel and 5 of them are girls. But in the movie, it was all guys, all fucking white guys. It was like, well, that's not the fact of the matter. That's actually not true. And like, the whole point of the movie is how, girls can be more than Barbie, and it's not fair to live up to the stereotypical Barbie image, and there's better things out there for women. It's just like, yeah. obviously, like, I don't know. I don't think the world is as bad for women as Greta Gerwig would suggest it is in her undertones in Barbie. But that's all aside from the fact that it wasn't fucking enjoyable. There was never a part of it being good. I
Would
really
you
don't
say
understand
Weird
how you got there.
Barbie is your favorite character in the film?
Kate McKinnon. I didn't have a favorite character. I was honestly, I would have freaked the fuck out if Bill's girlfriend wasn't there. Like Bill's girlfriend wanted to watch it, as did Bill. They wanted to show Cheech, who they thought would like it, and I think he did kind of like it. And somehow my girlfriend got roped into this, and I walked into the middle of the conversation of being like, "Oh, we're gonna watch Barbie on Sunday." It's like, "Oh, okay, all right, whatever, we'll do that." And so I didn't want to be mean about a movie that my brother's girlfriend liked in front of her because that wasn't fair to her. That's not nice. She's a wonderful woman, sweet woman. I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer.
Were you and your lady texting each other during the movie, bitching about the movie silently?
She tried, and I was just like, I literally said I'll save my commentary until after because I didn't even want to text anger. I didn't want to put out angry like vibes into the atmosphere. But if it were me and my brothers, if my brother's girlfriend wasn't there, I would have been like, we are shutting this fucking shit off right now, or I just would have left the room.
I'm moving
actually.
out.
I would have left the room.
I'm leaving.
I couldn't believe it. And then as a palate cleanser, I tried to watch the True Detective season finale, and that was fucking dog shit. So I had to go to bed watching four nerds recap the golf contest or the golf tournament because like at least this is somewhat straight. Because all the other shit since the golf tournament and since Oppenheimer was just homo shit.
So wait, how many Oppenheimer dicks did you suck?
I think I really recently criticized the idea of liking something more or less the second time watching it. I don't know why I hot take that one, but I liked Oppenheimer more the second time I watched it. I think I gave it 4.5 the first time. I'd give it 4.75. What an awesome fucking movie. Really kicked ass. I don't know if it's my favorite movie of the year. I think They Clone Tyrone or No Hard Feelings are still, I don't know. It's one of those three movies, but Oppenheimer kicked ass. And I really enjoyed it the second watch through.
Because I when in the theater for Madam Web, they showed a trailer for Tenet coming back. They're putting it in IMAX because I guess it came out during the pandemic, so it never screened. Mm-hmm. And like, I didn't really like Tenet the first time I saw it, and then I saw so many people saying like, "Oh, but you got to watch it twice. Trust me, if you watch it twice, it'll blow your mind." And you know, I'm not above watching movies multiple times. I mean, I watched fucking Dark Knight Rises like 6 times to see like maybe this time I'll like it. But I think too much time has passed where I barely remember the beats of Tenet to be able to be like, oh, well, now I know what's going on. I might have to watch Tenet 2 more times before I get it.
I'm happy you brought that up because I didn't watch Tenet because I think both you and my brother said it wasn't very good, not to waste my time, and your guys' taste on movies is fucking trash. So I'm going to go actually watch Tenet.
I mean, it might not be as good as Starsky and Hutch.
Probably isn't. I mean, Starsky and Hutch is an obvious 5-dicker.
Yeah, it's a hot take.
Not really. Kicks ass.
It is. What did the Twitter poll say, Geoff?
I mean, in Puminati'ville, it's a hot take, sure. I think, if I remember correctly, 60 to 65% of the Puminati said it was worse than 3.5 dicks. So, fair enough.
Yeah.
I need Shuddy, please fire up the poll. Please ask the Puminati if they liked Barbie more than they liked Starsky and Hutch.
That's an odd
this fucking podcast. I swear to God.
That I don't know what that Venn diagram looks like of people that have truly seen both. Because I think a lot of people would just vote for Starsky and Hutch being better because they think Barbie is lame without ever even seeing it.
I don't know. It feels like people liking Barbie. It feels like they're contrarian. They're being contrarian against contrarians, where it's like, I don't know, like conservative trolls or fake macho dudes are supposed to dislike Barbie off the cuff. So people like you and my brother, you two homos and my brother are like, oh, hey, you know what? Barbie's actually fun. I actually really enjoyed it. I really liked everyone calling themselves the same name.
I don't mince words. Like I've seen all the Best Picture nominations, and I gave 2 of them 2 dicks. Everybody loved Tar, and I hated Tar. That was a fucking chore to get through. I mean, everybody was talking about how great Zone of Interest was, and I was fucking bored to tears the whole time. So I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you about my.
I think you're lying to yourself.
I'm not. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
You're okay to lie to me, Kevin. Just don't lie to yourself.
I don't know. What do you fucking want me to say?
Up.
Oh boy, and we can't vote in it. None of you motherfuckers voting it. Keep it a pure.
I'm be so disappointed.
Poll.
I don't know. Apparently it's over my head, and I just didn't get it. So I guess we'll see how the vote plays out.
I mean, I'm not saying.
Listen, it's really not that big of a deal for you. I don't think for you to have an opinion like this because you weren't the target audience of the movie.
That's what my brother said.
So,
but neither were you guys.
Yeah, but
Kevin and I are also a little bit more
open-minded.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. Are able to separate just from being able to have a good time watching something than to agreeing with everything that's said. If that makes sense.
I don't know. Based on my brother's review of it and maybe some of your reviews, Kevin, maybe I just think of these things in a simpler way than you. I watched a 2-hour movie and I was never entertained.
I mean, I'm sure people don't want to hear us spend endless hours on Barbie, but one point I will make, and I made this to Carl after we watched it, was I was very surprised for a movie that is clearly about feminism and empowering women and equality and all that shit, of how much of the fucking movie was spent on Ken. Like, it really was a Ken movie and not a Barbie movie. I was like, I'm surprised this resonated so much with women because, like, it really did seem to, the script just heavily favored spending time with Ken and his ongoings rather than what fucking Barbie was doing.
Well, Gamer Girl and her cuck husband wrote it together, so I guess maybe there was a little bit of a compromise, and he was like, hey, let's get some Ken in there. I don't know how those two fucking chuckleheads decided to tell the story or what made them tell the story the way they did. That was just one of the gayer movies I've ever seen. And I'm very disappointed that you guys recommend
I don't know that we ever recommended it. I feel like
you didn't. I want to keep you out of this.
I definitely feel like this was a thing where we were like, Geoff, I feel like I knew you weren't going to like this.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let's do the Oscar picks. How about that?
All right.
I actually had Barbie as one of my Oscar picks, and midway through the movie, I was like, out of principle,
Write it down. He took his finger off the chess piece.
Okay.
Barbie's his Best Picture nominee pick.
So just to get everybody up to speed, in case you don't listen to every episode or if you haven't been listening the entire 13-year run of MSPH, but we do our yearly Oscar picks. I looked over last year's, and I believe we did 9 categories, and then it had some tiebreakers lined up. Whoever gets the least amount of correct picks gets a punishment. Last year, Geoff lost, and he had to eat sewer strumming, which was very fun and entertaining, and you can watch that episode on our
That was
YouTube
great.
page and see all the wackiness of it. There's some deleted scenes that are available on our Patreon. This year, whoever loses has to drink a energy shot worth of cow piss that Shuddy found that it's sold on Walmart's website. So, who knows? There's supposed to be benefits of it. This could actually be a treat. Whoever loses gets a health boost in piss form.
What's the name of that brand again?
Gamutra.
Thank you.
Gamutra, yeah. So the loser is drinking a bottle of Gamutra, a.k.a. cow piss. And we're just going to blow through the top categories here, make our picks. I have a printout here so I can keep record of what our selections were. And then in 3 weeks, we will know who the loser is. The Oscars are on March 10th. And I guess, so, okay. One quick bit of housekeeping. I know we've discussed this in the past, and Geoff, you've been pretty adamant about it. Would you like to incorporate the rule where if you correctly guess the best picture, you get extra points?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
How many points do you get? 3?
Yeah, let's just do 3. Let's not make it a crazy number.
Okay.
Or because there are 10 nominations, even though we all know there are 10 films that could win it. But I do think that's the category that's right for the most upsets.
Yeah, I agree. So, I'm
going to jot them down as well so I can keep track in real time.
All right. So these are the exact categories we did last year. And we'll start with probably the least interesting one, animated feature. The Boy and the Heron, Studio Ghibli movie. Elemental, which I believe is a Pixar. Nimona, Netflix movie. Robot Dreams, no idea what it is. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Who's picking what?
This is one of the few things I don't have already written down. We do animated every year, huh? I knew that. I knew I was skipping something. I have I'll go with the Spider-Man one.
That's what I'm going to pick also. It's the only one I've seen.
All right. Well, in that case, just to keep things interesting, I'll go with Nimona. All right.
The fuck is that? What, I don't even know what that is.
It's like a Netflix CG movie where like this girl can turn into different creatures and fight people.
You said Nimona?
Nimona.
Yeah, pneumonia.
Adapted screenplay. American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest. Now,
this is the one that I demoted Barbie after.
You can guess with your heart, you can guess with your brain. Because I'm gonna guess, Geoff, Oppenheimer is probably your favorite, even though I'm gonna guess you've seen Barbie and Oppenheimer. And that's it.
Is The Holdovers adapted? That's original, isn't it?
Original, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Oppenheimer and Barbie are the only two that I've seen. I went with Oppenheimer.
All right. What about you, Shuddy?
I'm going to take Barbie.
Interesting. I think I'm going to go with Poor Things. Spread these picks out a little bit. Original screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Maestro, May December, Past Lives. I mean, this is one of those instances where I think I'm going to vote with my heart and go with The Holdovers.
Not your penis?
Not my penis. Not my brain. Go in The Holdovers. Pig Vomit himself, Paul Giamatti.
You goddamn motherfuckers. That's what I
Howard
want
Stern,
to.
you goddamn motherfucker. Are we all picking The Holdovers?
No,
Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh.
Yeah, I went with Anatomy of the Fall.
Wow, okay. You are the motherfucking Antichrist. Directing. Anatomy of a Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Zone of Interest. By the way, I haven't even looked at any of the odds for this. I probably should have.
No, you shouldn't have. Not missing much. I'm
Oppenheimer.
gonna go. Yeah, that's what I was going with too. Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer.
Man, I think I'm gonna zig where you guys zag a lot. There's a good chance I'm setting myself up for a belly full of piss.
Well, let me guess what your guess is.
Go ahead.
You're going Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things.
I'm thinking about it. I mean, I know that the Academy has a real bug up their ass about Scorsese, so it's probably not going to be Killers of the Flower Moon.
Wait, why do they have a bug up their ass about Scorsese?
Because he just always got snubbed. That was kind of like the ongoing thing.
I see. Okay.
And then I think they gave him one for The Departed. They're like, all right, fine, we'll finally throw you a fucking bone. Here's one for The Departed. Now, leave us alone. I think...
Five Dicker.
I think that Yorgos Lanthimos already got one, but I could be wrong. That's why I should have done some research. Oh well, fuck
Yorgos.
me. We're keeping it equal here.
Is that what you're going with? Officially, Yorgos.
Yeah.
No, he directed the Lobster.
Yeah, and The Favorite, which got a lot of awards. Yeah, I think Poor Things had a lot of wacky shit going on. It was probably tough to direct. So I'll go with that one. All right. 4 more. Supporting actress. Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple, America Ferrera in Barbie, Jodie Foster in Nyad, Divine Joy Randolph, The Holdovers.
I'm going Divine Joy Randolph. My brother was like saying that was like the lock of the award show.
Yeah, I am as well. I think it's well deserved. I think halfway through that movie, I was like, give this fucking woman an Oscar. I really loved The Holdovers. You weren't a fan, right, Jeff?
Nah, I thought it sucked.
No tit, no one throws ball.
I don't know. It was just like a cookie cutter story. It was pretty much Son of a Woman, but not nearly as awesome.
Yeah, not as original as Starsky and Hutch, which is a completely original idea based on nothing that came before it.
Scotty, fire up another poll. Starsky and Hutch versus The Holdovers.
Put it Starsky and Hutch against all the Oscar movies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Starsky and Hutch and Oppenheimer.
Find out what won Best Picture of the year that Starsky and Hutch came out and pit them against each other.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. I'll look that up right now. Starsky and Hutch, 2004 film. All right, 2004 Oscars.
Wait a minute, that was 2005 Oscars.
I feel like that was a strong year.
2004 or 2005?
Well, it would have been 2005 Oscars.
So the 77 Academy Awards?
That was the year of Ray.
You know, I still have never seen Ray.
Neither have I. Hotel Rwanda, Finding Neverland, The Aviator.
I saw The Aviator.
$1 Million Baby.
Oh,
those are just the movies that actor in a leading role were nominated from.
Oh,
Sideways, another
awesome
Best
movie.
Picture.
Alex Payne movie.
Yep.
Yeah, $1 Million Baby, The Aviator, Finding Neverland, Ray, and Sideways.
Dude.
$1 Million Baby won.
Starsky and Hutch is 100 times better than $1 Million Baby.
I might be with you on that. I saw
The Aviator. I fucking love that movie.
$1 Million Baby was kind of boring and just wholly depressing, and I was like, right when the credits started rolling, I was like, I didn't need to watch that. What the fuck am I doing here? I'm all sad now.
Dude, Jamie Foxx was nominated for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. He got nominated for that role in Collateral, which fucking rules. I love that movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie. All right. Actor in a supporting role. Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction. De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon. Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Gosling for Barbie. Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. I feel like Robert Downey Jr. was robbed for his Tropic Thunder performance. when he got nominated for Best Supporting Actor, which still cracks me the fuck up. So I think they're going to give it to him this time.
Yeah, I'm going RDJ as well.
Yeah, based on the same analysis, I want to rewatch that. I mean, that character completely steals the story, and it's just like, I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. kills it in that fucking movie. Not a big fan of him, regularly speaking, but that was an awesome performance, awesome role, kicked ass.
Actress in a leading role: Annette Bening for Nyad, Lily Gladstone, Flower Moon, Sandra Hüller, Anatomy of a Fall, Carey Mulligan, Maestro, Emma Stone, Poor Things.
I'm going Gladstone. It's just, you know, they got to give something to this movie, you think, and she'd be the first Native American woman to ever win the Oscar.
I think that's
I feel
right.
Like that's probably as strong of an angle for any award here. So I'm going with that.
Shuddy?
I'm going to go Emma Stone.
Interesting. Ooh. Oh, Jeff C. Tit. Actor in a leading role: Bradley Cooper, Maestro, Coleman.
Wait a minute.
What?
I didn't hear your best actress pick.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm with you. Lily Gladstone.
Okay.
Leading role actor: Bradley Cooper, Maestro, Coleman Domingo, Rustin, Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer, Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction.
I was all on Cillian Murphy, but my brother talked me into Paul Giamatti just by him being like part of the Hollywood scene. Cillian Murphy is like a weirdo who lives in Ireland, and they're going to want to give it to Paul Giamatti. So I'm on him based on my brother's suggestion.
Just because Cillian Murphy lives in Ireland?
Yeah, pretty much. When he told me that, I was like, makes sense. No way this fucking guy wins it.
Nah. Interesting math you've shown there.
I'm also going to go with Pauly G.
God damn. All right. It's an MSPH sweep in that category as well. So best picture for 3 points.
Hold on. Next year, I know I threw one new role into the.
You wanted this to be draft style where we can't pick the same.
Yeah.
Fucking
it'll
pussy.
Up the stakes a little bit.
God. You're just nothing but bad ideas, aren't you, Jeff?
I think for the listeners, though, they'll probably find it like more entertaining that we have different picks and we're forced to like.
I think all the listeners really care about is someone drinking cow piss.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how we get there.
All right, fair enough, whatever.
Because it's not like we all picked different enough that there will likely be a set loser and a set winner. And hopefully it's one of you two that's the loser.
Wait, we don't do best score or best international film?
This is the rare occasion where my hope is just to at least hit second place. I'm completely content with being
drinking piss is kind of on brand for you, Shuddy.
I have done enough with pee-pee and poo-poo for this show that it's time somebody else handle it.
Well, that's up to the fucking Academy voting members.
It's up to Zeus.
So, Best Picture: American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest. I really feel like Best Picture can just be a fucking sneak attack sometimes. Like, Moonlighting won that year when they like originally announced it for La La Land, and they were like, the guy goes up and gets his statue, and he looks down at the card, and he's like, "This isn't me. What the no, this is we didn't win. It was Moonlighting."
Fuck Warren Beatty.
Yeah. And I saw that movie, and it was good, but definitely not better than the other movies that were nominated. And I think that could have been a courtesy vote.
Yeah, that was to see we're not whitewashed.
Yeah, I think that was an overcompensation vote.
I know I came out hard against Barbie for being a musical, and you guys even pushed back on the fact that it was a musical, but I thought La La Land kind of kicked ass. I like that movie. I hated Emma Stone's character by the end of it, but like that's aside from the point. The movie itself was good. Anyways, I'm going Oppenheimer. I love that movie on the rewatch yesterday. It's fucking sick. It's between just like the level of filmmaking, storytelling, like how they went back and forth between like the current setting, which was his Q clearance hearing, and like, you know, his whole Oppenheimer's, you know, work with the Manhattan Project. I thought that fucking movie kicked ass, and no one hasn't won one of these yet, right?
What do you mean?
He didn't win Best Picture yet, has he?
Oh, Nolan. I thought you said no one.
I thought he said that also.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's kind of due. Like, he's probably the best.
What? Inception didn't win?
Oh, I don't think so. It might have been nominated, but no. Like, he's probably the best current filmmaker, right? Like David Fincher, but I feel like he's like a different generation. This generation, Christopher Nolan's the best filmmaker, I think, right? Is that a fair statement or no?
I mean,
like he's the only guy that can, outside of like the proven dudes like James Cameron, who can like walk into a studio. Is like, listen,
yeah.
I have an idea. I want 300 million. I'm not going to tell you the idea. I'm like, okay, cool.
So, Memento was nominated for Best Original Screenplay. Inception was nominated for Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay. Dunkirk was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director.
I forgot about Dunkirk.
Yeah, it kind of sucked. I wasn't a big fan of it.
I mean, I don't know. I guess if I had to pick my favorite modern director, does Edgar Wright count?
You count. Do yourself.
Yeah.
Vote yourself.
It's me. I'm going to... Actually, for Best Picture, my vote is going to be the write-in for John Cooper, even though it hasn't even come out.
Yeah.
No, I'm voting.
It's going to be so good that it needs a retroactive Academy Award for the year it was filmed.
I have to pick what my favorite movie of the year was, and that was The Holdovers.
Anatomy of a Fall.
I mean, I guess technically my favorite movie of the year was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. But
yeah, if they had They Clone Tyrone on here, I would take that.
Yeah, but out of the list, The Holdovers is my clear favorite, so that's my pick. All right, so there you go. In 3 weeks, we will know who is doomed to consume piss.
Did you have tiebreakers, or are they?
Yeah, we can do those. We can do those like in Patreon land. I got 3 of them lined up, so we can just blow through those real quick over there. I feel like we've done enough Oscar/movie talk here. And we just did a super long show. So, shout out to you, Puminati. You made it through the Oppenheimer of MSPH episodes. Nah, it wasn't that long. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for your support. And if you need more MSPH in your life, please check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. It is the lifeblood of MSPH right now. It keeps the lights on. It keeps us going. And I think we put some really solid and well-rounded content up there. There's something for everybody. Lots and lots of shit. So check it out. Please, if you don't mind. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Shuddy Boy, you look very wary about that statement.
I was just going to say, you can go over to Patreon and see where I just put up a post where I'm kind of coming around to Jeff's way of thinking on early Kanye West albums.
Ugh. Man, what are you trying to scare people off? But yeah, if you would also like to see these episodes, minus the Easter egg, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Check it out. And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Geoff Records.
and at MSPH Podcast and at John Cooper Movie. And let's see, what else? What's in store for people on Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark?
Well, it's the NBA All-Star break, but it returns Thursday, so I'll be producing a couple NBA podcasts at the end of this work week, taking golf off this week since it's the Mexico Open, which is one of the weaker fields of the season. So check out my NBA podcast on the Outkick Bets podcast feed.
Do it up. All right, everybody, thanks again for listening. Thank you for all your support. But until next time, something.